Alright, so today I have a big announcement to make, and it's going to shock a lot of our viewers, I know, but today I'm going to be talking about why we moved to Venice, Florida. So originally I'm from Orlando, Florida. I've lived and grown up there my whole entire life. Obviously we're still going to do business in Orlando, Florida, but today I'm going to share with you guys why we moved to Venice, Florida. So if you're interested in hearing about Venice, Florida, then stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this video. What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Franchesca Hanahoe. If this is your first time to this channel, make sure you tap on that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well while you're there so you don't miss out on videos like this that I do weekly showing you all of Orlando and now Venice, Florida, Sarasota County as well. Listen, ever since I've been doing these videos, I've been getting so many calls, texts, and emails from people just like you wanting to relocate to the Florida area, and I absolutely love it. So make sure you give me that call, shoot me that text, or send me an email, whichever one you prefer. Doesn't matter when, days, nights, weekends, because I do not stop working until I get you in a home. Alright guys, so I told you what's going on here, and I know it's going to come as quite a surprise, but over the summer Richard and I decided that it was time for us to do some looking around and see where we wanted to maybe relocate our family. So it's very interesting because, as most of you that have been watching the channel know, I have grown up in Central Florida my whole entire life. So it's kind of interesting. I've never actually relocated out of the Central Florida area, but I help people relocate on a daily basis. That's I would say 90% of our business is working with people that are out of state to relocate into Florida. So it really was an eye-opening experience for me. I got to do what I tell my clients to do. I got to experience everything firsthand, and I really felt like it was exciting and interesting because it's going to help me help you a little bit more. So just to give you kind of an idea of why we wanted to move, obviously, like I said, being in Orlando my whole entire life, it was kind of time for a change. And also Richard and I have always loved the water. We love going to the beach. We love going over to Clearwater. And we always knew that we were going to make the change here soon. We just didn't know when. So we decided to start looking, and we started our search in Clearwater because we love it so much. We take our family there all the time. But over the last, I would say since COVID started, Clearwater really started getting a lot busier. We actually got married in Clearwater at the beginning of the year. Absolutely love the white sandy beaches there, but as far as living there, we just decided to take it off our list because it's just a little too crowded with tourism and stuff like that. It felt a little Daytona Beach-ish, and if you know the Orlando or area beaches, you know that Daytona is a big tourist attraction beach. So I just decided, it's not really somewhere I want to actually live and raise my family. So then we started to just kind of explore the Tampa area, and we drove over to St. Pete, and we drove over, we just started going down south and just driving south until, we knew where we wanted to go. We checked out Apollo Beach, which is very up and coming. The price points are still a little affordable. It's on the water, but for me, it was a little bit too industrial right outside of Apollo Beach, like when you pull out of the community and stuff. I didn't really like the feel right outside of it. So we kept looking further south, and to be honest with you, how I stumbled across Venice Beach was just from doing some research and actually just looking for a place to bring the family for a vacation to get away from Orlando for like a week. We stayed in a lot of Verbos over the summer and did that whole thing. So I just started kind of looking, found Venice. I remember that a client of mine wanted to live in Venice, and I actually referred her to another realtor at the time. And I remember her telling me why she wanted to live there. So I started just kind of researching, and I was like, oh, what's this area, Venice? We also had done some research in Lakewood Ranch, but I decided to pass on Lakewood Ranch because it felt too much like what I was used to in Horizon West. So even though that is a good thing, Lakewood Ranch is actually only 20 minutes from where I live right now. It's a beautiful community that we'll be definitely bringing to you on our channel. We'll be doing videos about Lakewood Ranch. So we did visit Lakewood Ranch, we did drive through Sarasota, but we kind of stopped, and then when I was doing research on Venice, I realized that we stopped kind of short and we should have just kept going further south. So I did some research on Venice. We actually got a Verbo, came and stayed in the area. I did a bunch of research and realized that the area is absolutely growing. It's been kind of known as being a sleepy town, and it's growing a lot. It has a lot of new construction coming to it. There was a lot of things that really reminded me of the things that I love about Orlando, and so I decided that we should come and check it out and give it a try and just see what we thought about the area. And I did exactly what I told my clients to do. We came, we stayed in a Verbo, we went into all the grocery stores. Richard and I went to the local gym. We talked to as many people as possible. We went out to eat. We did everything that people would do. We checked out the school system. We talked to people about the schools. And so we absolutely stayed at this Verbo. We fell in love with Venice, Florida. And in this video, I'm just gonna break down some of the similarities between Venice, Florida and Orlando, Florida, and tell you why we decided to move. So like I said, Venice was known for being kind of a sleepy town, but it has a lot of things going on for it now. It's definitely growing. There's new construction coming in. So it was known for being like a retirement area, and a lot of snowbirds like to come down to this Venice, Florida. But recently it's really had some changes going on. There's some communities that are more geared towards families. There's a lot of families coming in, and this is no surprise to us because this is Florida, and we're definitely seeing that even though the market shifted a little bit and it's a little bit quieter, people are still wanting to come and live in Florida because of wherever they're coming from, because of the taxes being higher, because of the weather. That's always the number one thing, and some of these other reasons. So Florida, we're not seeing slow down quite as much as some of the other states in the United States. You know, a lot of people are leaving California and flooding to Florida because it has the same kind of weather and things that they're used to, but it's a lot more affordable for right now. But one of the things that really stood out to me about Venice, Florida, and made me fall in love with it is that the traffic is just not nearly as bad as Orlando. I mean, Orlando is definitely, you know, it's picked up in traffic a lot. And over the summer, we took a couple of vacations in the Orlando area as well with the kids and the family. And it's not as easy to just pick up and take a vacation in Orlando, Florida anymore at all like it used to be. It used to be that we would just do a staycation, like spur of the moment on a Friday, call, get in a hotel, and spend the weekend with our family, no big deal. But now it's like, no, you definitely have to plan ahead if you're gonna do a staycation. That was one of the things that really got us thinking, you know, why don't we take a vacation further south in Florida and get out of Orlando? So it's definitely quieter in Venice. The traffic is not quite there. Obviously, there is a little bit of a downside. The restaurants close a little bit earlier in Venice, Florida. We haven't really had any problems so far with that. Our family doesn't tend to eat out too late at night. We have kids that are, you know, 10 and 11, so we're not going out partying every night. But if you are somebody that's younger and you like to party, you probably want to stick to Orlando. But some of the other things, you know, while we were doing our research that we came across was that Sarasota County schools are just really good. They're pretty much all A schools. They have a really good reputation. Like I said, Venice is actually in Sarasota County. So when I started doing some research, you know, one of the new construction communities that I'm super excited about that we may be building a house in is called Welland Park. It's located in Venice, and it's basically, if you ask me, it's kind of like Horizon West, just a little bit smaller. I think it's gonna be a little bit smaller than Horizon West. I think Horizon West is gonna have 40,000 something homes when it's completed, and this project is set to have like half of that when it's completed. Welland Park is building some new schools, so on and so forth, but right now their elementary school is Taylor Ranch Elementary. I started doing some research about it. It's very highly rated. So I just started looking around the area that was zoned for Taylor Ranch Elementary because we started talking about it, and we were like, we probably will build a house in Welland Park. It really seems like it fits our lifestyle. It fits what we're used to, but it's only 15 minutes from the beach. And that is the other great thing about Venice, Florida. Venice, Florida has 14 miles of beaches. So the beaches are absolutely stunning and amazing. But back to the school systems. Taylor Ranch Elementary, did some research, great school. You know, and then I started looking into the middle school for my daughter, and they have this fantastic program called the Young Marines program. So I was actually able to get my daughter into this Young Marines program that actually came very highly recommended from a lot of the parents that I talked to in the area while we were here on vacation. The other thing I love about Venice, Florida is, like I just mentioned, I was able to talk to people in the area. The locals seem to be very chill, down to earth. When they find out that you're moving here or that you're gonna be a local, they're just very super helpful and informative. It's definitely a different vibe down here in Venice, Florida. It's easy to make friends. Everybody's so friendly. Everybody's not running around 100 miles an hour in different directions. I told Richard the other day, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna have to get used to everyone's pace here because I tend to be a little bit higher paced, and I didn't even realize it because it's just what I know. But everybody here is just on their own timeline, it seems seems like, and I just have to get used to it. I'm not used to it yet. But it seems like every time we went out to dinner or did something, we met somebody new and talked to them and had a nice conversation. And everybody's just, you know, they're not in a rush to get anywhere, and they're just very friendly and super helpful. So this Young Marines program we got our daughter into, it actually, what a great program. I can't say enough. My husband Richard and I went to the orientation with her, and they just teach the kids all of this stuff about leadership and being organized and character building skills that you really, really need. Basically just to, you know, you're only in competition with yourself. I mean, they pour so much energy into this program, these teachers. It's basically a school within a school program. So just a really great program where the kids just seem to get a lot of extra attention from the teachers. And my daughter's just thrilled to be a part of this program. So I really, at this point, can't speak highly enough about it. So that was another drawing factor when deciding to move here into Venice. So the other things that, you know, Venice has to offer is that it does have a huge baseball presence. So if your kids are into sports and they love baseball and stuff, our community that we decided to move into actually has baseball fields for the amenities. I thought that was super awesome. And there's also Cool Today Park, which is located in Welland Park, and it is the spring training facility for the Atlanta Braves. But also they have different levels of baseball teams that play there. So you can go and catch a game there during the summer. They also do concerts there. Just a lot of fun things going on at the Cool Today Park. So we're super excited to be able to go over there and catch a spring training game or another game from like a AAA league or something like that. Our son's super into baseball. He loves football as well, but he picked up baseball and is really going full force with the baseball thing. So he's really excited about living here now. Another thing about it, living in Venice, is we started to obviously look at the price points of the homes, you know, and I wanted to compare because obviously I'm not looking to move to an area that's super expensive where the price points are really high if the value is not there. But the price points really seem very similar to the Central Florida market. Even though it is kind of a beach town, it's not super expensive. Obviously, right, there's an island in Venice that's beautiful, and of course you're gonna have some more higher end homes there. But more in the interior of Venice, the price points seem really comparable. And in Welland Park in particular, their price points are very similar to Horizon West. So, you know, with the new construction they have going on there, it definitely is comparable to Horizon West when you look at that square foot number. The other thing though is a lot of these new construction communities that are newer and up and coming have a ton of amenities. Pickleball is huge here. I have never played, so I'm going to have to figure that out. And I just got off a Zoom with a client that is not even from Florida, but she loves pickleball. So anyways, it's becoming a really big sport down here in Florida. So the amenities are huge. There are CDDs, you know, in these communities, so there is that to look at. Homeowners insurance is a little bit, I think it just depends on the property and the age of the property. But you do have to carry flood insurance in some of these areas, so that's another extra expense to look at. But listen, if you love great weather, you hate traffic, and you love being close to the beach, this Venice, Florida area definitely has you covered. The great thing about living here too is not only is there the beaches, but there's also there's the Mayaca River, that goes through, and so there's a lot of canoeing and paddleboard and fishing galore here. So if you're into outdoor sports and the beach and stuff like that, there's an abundance of activities to do. And as soon as we are finished getting settled, we're going to be doing some of these things as well. But that's another thing that really we were attracted to. It's not just that there's the beach, but just the canoeing, the paddleboarding, and all this stuff, all of the things in this one area. So basically, just to sum this up, Orange County compared to Sarasota County too, I had to look this up because I felt like Sarasota County is so large, because basically right now Richard and I will be covering Orange County, Central Florida, and we'll also be covering Sarasota County. And that means Lakewood Ranch, that means Venice, that means Northport, that means Nokomis, but Sarasota County is actually 725 miles as opposed to Orange County is 1,003 miles. So just some quick stats for you guys, but just to reassure you, Richard and I will still be in Orlando, but we're definitely going to be doing business in Sarasota County as well. So if you are interested in relocating to the Central Florida area or maybe Sarasota County, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. I look forward to bringing you guys more videos on Sarasota County and showing you what this place has to offer. So make sure you stay tuned to our channel every week. All right guys, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.